Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I quickly just wanted to say thank you guys so much for all of the love on the most recent makeover. There has been a lot of positive feedback, so I'm so glad that you guys are loving the bathroom. And in case you missed it, we basically did a bathroom makeover for $0. So if you want to watch it, I will link it down below for you. I can't believe it's already October. It's definitely feeling colder here, which means like under 80 degrees. And I'm sure a lot of you guys probably feel the same when I say that the shorter days definitely do make me a little bit sadder, so I like to make my home feel as comfy as possible. I love bringing in new pieces into my home just to liven it up a little bit, and for today's video I thought that I would try out a style that I've been really loving and also try out new projects that I haven't done before. So I've been a pretty big fan of LULU in Georgia for the longest time, and I've never really known what their specific style is called, so I did a quick Google search to see what would come up, and the result wasn't really clear because it was a mix of things between vintage meets contemporary to modern sophistication. So there's not really one specific style, but I did come across this term that I haven't really heard anywhere else before, and it was called warm modernism, which basically is modern design with more soul in it, hence the warm part. One of LULU in Georgia's biggest collabs, and also one of my favorite collabs they've ever done, is with Sarah Sherman Samuel. I am a big fan of her design work. Her style is very elevated, very warm, but also fun and sophisticated. She somehow encompasses all of that. I read an article on her where she basically describes her design style as uncontrived yet refined. And she goes on to explain, I always say it is a modern style with a warm touch and is deeply inspired by nature and its irregularities with a deep appreciation for history. I really love that, and it's definitely a design style that I connect with. And I'm actually planning to refresh my room in the next couple of weeks, so this is really gonna set the tone for the rest of my apartment. So what better way to start than with some IKEA hacks? My goal is to take some IKEA pieces and hack them into something that you could probably find in a LULU in Georgia catalog. I am very optimistic that we can make this happen. So without yapping on any longer, we're gonna go head to IKEA and go shopping. Why did I think that was a person? Oh, they have like the Korean bowls. This reminds me of what? In the UK. Can any UK viewers confirm that this looks like a British house? Got me porridge.
Sorry.
Note to self, hang fake garlic in the kitchen. Okay, this is what I'm looking for actually. One of these bowls. This is a sample one, so I have to go find the real thing and not mess up this display. So I'm definitely noticing that IKEA is using more like raffia and more natural looking materials. Like look at this console table. It has woven doors. Ooh, magnetic closure. Oh, super nice. Okay, I found it. My idea is to transform this bench. It's only $50 and it's pretty large. Basically an unfinished pine, so it's gonna be really easy to refinish. And I love that it has storage in it.
First cat in space. What's up with cats today?
What do you mean?
We saw a cat in the parking lot, and now there's a cat in space.
Oh my god, I saw this online and it very much doesn't look like IKEA at all. I love that they are putting in a lot more like sustainable materials, going for more of a laid back vibe. What do you guys think about this piece? The calendars are back. Grabbing one of these. Thank you, sir.
The Nomies.
No. Okay, I guess Brian wants that. You You guys, I can't believe it's October. It is officially cozy season. I definitely am spending more time cooking and reading and just being comfy and cozy at home. And that includes wearing the comfiest socks ever by Bombas, who is so kindly sponsoring today's video. I cannot say enough good things about them, and now that it's cooling down, they definitely have some really cute collections that just came out. Let me show you some of my picks. So I saw this picture on their website with someone wearing a bright red pair of socks with some jeans, and I just thought that looked so cute, so I grabbed this one. This is their modern rib quarter socks, and they come in a bunch of different colors, but I love the red. I think it's such a fun pop-up color, especially for the holidays. This is gonna be perfect for Christmas. And as a millennial, I definitely have been stepping away from no-show socks. I feel like socks are such a fun way just to add a little pop of color and personality to any outfit, so these are going to be a new staple. I also grabbed these, which are a little bit thicker and obviously longer as well, because I plan on wearing these with boots, just peeking out on the top. These are going to be super cute. And if you're on your feet a lot or like to stay active, I definitely would recommend their performance running socks. I just got a bunch more pairs for Brian. He actually was so excited when I told him that I got him more, because he's actually running his first marathon ever today, the day that this video goes live. I don't even know how it's humanly possible to run 26 miles, but he is doing it today, and I'm super proud of him. So if you guys want to leave him some good luck messages, please comment them down below so he can read them after his race, because I know it's going to be such a long day. But yeah, he has been training in these, and I love that there's this extra cushion on the top and the bottom to really support your foot. So I really love these for working out. Pretty much everything they make is super comfy, and the best part is that with every purchase, you're actually donating to someone in need. They've donated over 100 million items, which is amazing. So if you guys want to check them out, make sure to shop Bombas with my link down below. I do have a 20% off code, so you can use the code TINA20 at checkout. I think these would also make such a good gift, and they have 100% happiness guarantee, so they have free exchanges and free returns, so make sure you guys check them out. Before anyone asks, yes, I am wearing a bootleg Ikea shirt. I saw this at a stand in Thailand when we were there 2 years ago, and I had to have it because I clearly am an Ikea stan. And the back is pretty cute too. I think this is like from a catalog or something. I feel like Ikea should actually start selling merch, because people would totally buy it. This smells like Ikea. Okay guys, we're jumping right on into the first project. We're working on this bench because it will probably take me the longest time to do. Let's open her up. So this is their Per Johan bench. I don't think I said that right at all, but I chose this bench because it's made out of a pine material, and it's perfect for DIYing and refinishing because it is literally solid wood. So you really can do anything with this. I'm still trying to figure out where exactly this is gonna go, because I have a spot in mind for our bedroom, but if that doesn't work out, this also might end up in our friend's apartment, because I'm helping her with her apartment as well. Something that I noticed on the LULU in Georgia website is that they have a lot of checkered patterns, which you guys already know I'm a big fan of. It is super timeless, but also very on trend. I noticed it on their rugs, their curtains, a bunch of the textiles, and also furniture pieces. So for this bench, I want to do a checkered pattern, but we're going to take it up a notch and do a buffalo check, which basically adds a different layer and a little bit more depth to it as well. This is my first time trying this, so I definitely watched a bunch of tutorials of people doing this. It was a YouTube short by Refinish with Jade, and I will link it down below, but she's the only one that I've seen use stain, so I'm gonna follow that tutorial and do it with this bench. And my plan is to do it with the front side of the bench, because I don't want this to be like way too busy, so I think just doing it on one side will be enough. And then for the rest of it, we're either going to stain it or paint it. So we are going to attempt that today. I'm going to go ahead and sand everything down so that we can get ready for the next step. We are ready to start taping. I am actually going to do this at a 45-degree angle, so it's kind of more of like a diamond. I thought that would just be a little bit more interesting. I'm gonna find the center first and then tape my way outwards. And of course, it's not an even number. For this project, you definitely want to use a sharp lines tape to make sure that we get the cleanest lines as possible. All right, we have one down, and then I'm just going to use another piece of tape to space everything out. Did I overcomplicate this by doing this pattern at a diagonal? Yes, I 100% did. We are ready for our next coat of stain. So basically we're working from lightest to darkest. So the base stain is the lightest, and I'm gonna take some of that, and then I'm gonna add more of our dark stain in there just to gradually get it to darken up. A reason why I like that we're mixing our own stain is that we can just use 2 different stains and keep building upon it. The tutorial that I watch actually used multiple different cans of stain, so this is actually a lot more cost effective because stain these days is not cheap, you guys. So this is like 2/3 of the light one and then 1/3 of a darker color. Okay, you guys, we're gonna peel it off. Fingers crossed that this comes off super clean. Oh my gosh! Do you guys see that? That is so good. And this is why I went with the gel stain. Since it's thicker, I feel like it's less likely to bleed through the tape. So that definitely worked out. And I honestly am so impressed by how crisp these lines are. We're almost there, you guys. So this is dry now, and instead of taking off this one, we're actually leaving it on and then going back to the other side. From other tutorials that I've seen, you're able to see the lines, so then you could just go right back over it, but clearly you can't really see them at all. First of all, how amazing are these tones? I'm very, very excited to peel it all off when we're done. But anyways, since I can't see the lines over here, I'm gonna use this and basically tape off a couple here and then use this line kind of as my guide for the rest of it to make sure that we get every little box that we need.
Here somehow, but it was the man's eyes that stunned him. His own eyes, sapphire, blazing, they're almost cruel. Prince, the man said, his golden crown gleaming. There was something feral in his eyes, as if the king was more accustomed to. But where the other 2 are, I don't know. Archer's eyes darkened. We suspected as much. That was why she came here in the first place, to learn whether he actually...
You guys, it worked. This is totally giving like super custom, very bespoke, very fancy and expensive. I am a little bit shocked. I can't believe how good it looks. Baby, still All right, guys, we're getting into the next project, which is actually inspired by Sin Ceramics, who Lulu in Georgia actually carries. Something about their pieces just really speaks to me. It's modern yet organic, and they make some pretty iconic pieces, which I'm sure you guys would recognize, including this wavy table mirror. This mirror retails for $500, which definitely is a hefty price tag, but you also have to keep in mind that everything is one of a kind and handmade, so I totally get the pricing. I've been eyeing a lot of their pieces for years now, so I know that one day I will definitely own one of their pieces, but today is not that day. I'm taking inspiration from them and making my own version with some IKEA mirrors. This comes in a pack of 4, so I'm gonna have to figure out what to do with the other 3, but this was very affordable. We will also need some air dry clay. This is my OG Crayola clay. I just bought a brand new tub of it, so I'm very excited to get into this. Oh yeah. And what I do actually to keep this a little bit more fresh is I take a paper towel, wet it, and then just leave it inside, and it retains the moisture a little bit better. Let's cut a chunk off. This really makes me miss taking ceramics class. Smells different. Every time I do a clay project, I feel like rolling it out literally is just like the hardest part. And it always stresses me out because you can get air bubbles, and if you're not careful, that could really ruin your project. For this project, that's really important because what you're really seeing is the side profile of the clay, so you want it to be nice and even. You guys, I just measured this and this is like 39 inches, so you have to make this pretty long. And what I'm gonna do now is just cut out a really long rectangular slab. Let's take a deep breath before we start because this could go either very right or very wrong. Please let this work. So I put in this piece of cardboard kind of as a placeholder just to let it dry down a little bit, but now I'm realizing how difficult it actually is going to be to put the mirror in. So I think I might actually slide it into place and let it dry that way. I feel like that might be my best move just to make sure that everything dries down correctly and that the mirror will actually fit, because I know that as this dries down, it does shrink down a little bit. And now we wait. You guys, I actually had to take a break yesterday because I woke up with this huge swollen eye and I literally couldn't do anything. I think it's from allergies from something I ate. It's still a tiny bit swollen, but a lot better today. And if you guys have any advice on how I can figure out what I'm allergic to, if anyone has any experience with that, let me know in the comments, because this actually happened to me earlier in the year. I still can't figure it out, so I need to get that fixed because I don't want to go through that anymore. Anyways, we are on to our next project, which I'm making with 2 Ikea pieces. This is a wooden tray set called the Smorling. And then I also found this little wooden bowl, which I think is actually bamboo. My current fixation right now is turning things into wall sconces. So that's what we're gonna do with these 2 pieces. I'm actually just gonna take the smaller tray from the set. You definitely can use the bigger one if you want a bigger sconce, but I want something on the smaller scale. And this is kind of what I'm imagining, using this bowl right here. And look at how cool that already looks. As you can tell though, these are made of 2 completely different materials. So this is actual wood and this is bamboo. So if I were to stain this, I don't think it would look that good. So I'm actually going to prime both of these pieces and then we're going to give them a big makeover. My holes are drilled in and ready to go. I'm also gonna add a little picture hanger to the back so that we can hang this onto the wall. I also wanted to take a moment of appreciation for the plaster finish. I definitely have been playing with plaster of Paris a lot more lately, and I am really happy with this finish. So you definitely want to go from like a darker paint color to a lighter one. And as you sand it down, you can see all of this beautiful texture going on. Especially in this tray, where I sanded it down more is where you see more of the green peeking through, and it's super subtle. I am really happy with this. It just looks so real, and I feel like you would not be able to tell that either of these pieces were wood. Okay, not to toot my own horn, but I feel like all those came out really well. I definitely got experimental with some of those finishes and they came out so good. The project I was most nervous about was definitely the mirror, and that one actually worked. I was so scared to stand it up, but I am seriously so proud that we got to make it happen. As always, I would love to know which project was your favorite, so let me know down in the comments below. And I hope this gave you some DIY ideas. Even if you're not doing an IKEA hack, I feel like each one of these projects had a technique that you can use for anything. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up down below and subscribe for new videos every single week. And if you want to see more from me, you can check me out over on Instagram or also over on my vlog channel. That is it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Stay inspired, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!